Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4. And today we are at a special event, a ribbon cutting ceremony at Lake Katherine Nature Center in Palos Heights. We're about to see that ribbon cutting in just a minute, but we're very fortunate to grab a couple minutes with the president of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation Department, right? Carrie Steele. Thank you, Carrie, for being here. If I could, a couple of questions real quick before the ceremony. A project like this was collaborative in a lot of ways. There are a lot of organizations involved. Can you talk about, how that makes this happen and why it's important for the MWRD to help facilitate this process?
Well, first, thank you for, coming out and celebrating this great green infrastructure project. And it is the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago.
Okay.
I know that's a mouthful, but green infrastructure projects like this, well, first we have a green infrastructure call-out program where we try to partner with municipalities across Cook County to talk to them about the importance of green infrastructure, but also to help secure funding so we can see projects like this come into fruition. So we partnered up with the local elected officials here in the area, and they needed another tool in their toolbox for stormwater management, which is a necessity now because of climate change. So we came up with the idea working closely with them, so collaboration is important for this green infrastructure project, which is a green parking lot, a semi-permeable pavement to be able to hold stormwater when it rains really hard so that it does not end up in these unwanted places like basically our basements. This project is able to hold, I think, about 120,000 gallons of water.
Incredible.
Every time it rains. So yeah, it's a huge amount of water to keep out of those unwanted places so that we can feel a little more secure when we're having those unpredictable heavy downpours.
It is amazing. You think about how important it is for the environment, how important it is for homeowners, flooding, and it's just a space that generates 52 parking spaces, but the impact is massive.
Yes. The impact is massive, correct. It's a space that normally probably would have been just covered in asphalt, but now because of partnerships and collaborations and us knowing the importance of green infrastructure and that we have to do something to fight against climate change. Because of that, we were able to have kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. We're able to have stormwater management, a parking space, and it looks really nice, doesn't it?
There's a lot of win-wins going on there. How about one last little question? So this is one project. I would imagine you have a lot of projects going on in various communities. You want to give us just a little hint of what else is going on?
Yes, so MWRD, or the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, we're county-wide, so we have projects all over Cook County. We have over 250 stormwater management projects, active stormwater management projects all over Cook County, and basically that's because we have to do what we can do to fight climate change and the extreme rain events. So we have projects all over from the south suburbs to Space to Grow programs in the city to the suburbs out here to make sure, to the west suburbs, to make sure that we have projects all over Cook County to fight climate change.
Yeah. And certainly the fighting the water runoff, that's another huge issue. President Steele, thank you very much, and your organization, the department, the district, for what your role in this and all the other projects you're doing. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for coming out. And remember, you all can stay connected to MWRD on our website, www.mwrd.org, where you can find out about partnering with us for green infrastructure projects, find out about overflow action days, or just keep up with what we're doing at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Dave Wurzel. You've been watching PHTV4, and we are going to jet over and give you a chance to cut a ribbon.
Yeah, let's go cut the ribbon.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lake Katherine. How's everyone doing today? Great. Well, my name is Gareth Blakesley. I'm the director here at Lake Katherine, and it's my privilege today to help with the opening of the Trailhead parking lot here at Lake Katherine. So this is a very exciting day for us. This parking lot has something that's been needed over the last few years since the CalSag opened, and we had increased usage of the grounds here at Lake Katherine, but also increased usage of the trailhead. And what's also been very exciting about it is that all this project has been able to be done in an ecologically sound way. We're a nature center here at Lake Katherine, and so to be able to put something in that is permeable pavers, it has bioswales, we have native tree plantings and native wildlife plantings, is huge to the mission of Lake Katherine, because our mission of Lake Katherine is to connect people with nature, and we want to do that in a sustainable way. And to be able to put in a parking lot that is also able to manage stormwater in an effective way is huge. So we're very excited to be able to do that, and it's my privilege. I also wanted to acknowledge a number of different people. For example, I wanted to acknowledge the Southwest Mayors Conference, Brittany Matthews and Vicky Smith. They helped facilitated the federal funding to make this happen. We also wanted to recognize from IDOT, Kevin Stallworth, because he also helped with the kind of the planning and or the implementation of this. We also wanted to say thank you to Christopher Burke Engineering, Carl Provost, Julia Negocian, and Andrew Pofont for helping design and put this together and facilitate the structure of this. And then I also wanted to thank the Palos Heights Public Works Director, Adam Jasinski, for helping facilitate and make this project happen. And then I also wanted to thank the Palos Heights City Council members and the mayor for kind of making this project be what it is today. So without further ado, I also would like to thank MWD and all the staff and all the commissioners that are here. And I would like to introduce President Carrie Steele to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Well, as stated, my name is Carrie Steele, and I am president of the Board of Commissioners at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. I would like at this moment to introduce my colleagues who serve on the Board of Commissioners with me. Here with us today we have Vice President Teresa Flynn. We have Commissioner Precious Brady Davis. And we have Commissioner Beth McElroy Kirkwood. I would also like to acknowledge our Executive Director, Brian Perkovich. I'm not sure if he's here, but if any MWRD staff is here today, can you raise your hand and can everyone give them a round of applause? I would like to acknowledge Dan Walsh, our engineering and law departments, who have worked closely with Lake Katherine staff and the city of Palos Heights to help make this project a reality. Thank you also to Lake Katherine Board Chair Paul Kubik, the Board of Directors and staff, Gareth Blakesley, Palos Heights Mayor Robert Strauss, Palos Heights Alderman, and Public Works Director Adam Jasinski. And many thanks to State Senator Bill Cunningham and State Representative Mary Gill, and the Illinois Department of Transportation, all who have supported this project 100%. This effort began in 2017 when Lake Katherine and the City of Palos Heights joined the MWRD's Green Infrastructure Partnership Program. Thanks to their perseverance, this parking lot now captures about 120,000 gallons of stormwater every time it rains. This reduces flooding, improves water quality, and showcases the benefits of green infrastructure. So to just put it in something that you all can relate to, 120,000 gallons of water is equivalent to about 2,000 filled bathtubs. So where you're standing right now has the ability to keep a lot of water out of those unwanted places. Every bioswale, native plant, and tree contributes to climate resiliency in Cook County. In fact, since 2014, the MWRD has invested in nearly 260 flood control projects, benefiting over 19,000 structures, including over 130 green infrastructure projects like this one. More green alleys, permeable schoolyards, and eco-friendly parking lots, just like here at Lake Katherine, help us all battle against climate change through stormwater management. I would like to thank all of you, especially you up here, for your partnership and your commitment to help MWRD maintain a clean water environment. Thank you.
Thank you, President Still. I would like to now introduce board member Mary Lee Lockwood for the Lake Catherine Nature Center.
Thank you. We're so glad to be here today to have everyone celebrating the opening of this parking lot and the fact that many people worked to get it developed. The City of Palos Heights obtained federal funding for all phases of the engineering and construction through the Southwest Conference of Mayors for approximately 80% of the funding. The city also obtained a grant from the MWRD to assist with the green infrastructure. And just hearing what you said, it's an amazing project that benefits Lake Catherine, benefits our community. Giving us 52 extra parking spots also helps with traffic overflow on Lake Catherine Drive. So again, on behalf of the Board of Directors, I thank you. We also have Board Member Joe McCloskey here today and Board Member Susan Doherty, and we thank you greatly for your support of Lake Catherine.
Thank you, Mary. And then I would also like to finally introduce Mayor Strauss to say a few words.
Thanks, Gareth. I think it's quite appropriate that we're here today to celebrate this ribbon cutting at Lake Catherine. I think Lake Catherine kind of, what it really does is represents the epitome of cooperation between the MWRD and the city of Palos Heights. A number of years ago, 30 years plus, and before that, this was actually a landfill, a dump. I moved out here about 45 years ago, and I remember I lived about 2 blocks from here, and one of my buddies from college had a Ram Charger, so we decided, well, we were smart, we were young kids, we're going to run up here and do some four-wheeling. And he proceeded to get his bed spring caught under his transaxle, you know, and that was before Lake Catherine came into play. So, through a partnership with the MWRD and some TIF funding, we developed Lake Catherine, and it's become a stalwart to the southwest suburbs. I mean, we have people from all over come here. We have about 140,000 people a year visit Lake Catherine. We have about 90,000 more bicyclists take the path that runs from Lamont to Blue Island and back. And what that does for us, that brings people into town. I mean, that's one of the reasons we do it. I mean, we're not stupid. I mean, the idea is to bring people here, spend money. Besides developing nature, becomes a economic development vehicle. And what I can say is we've had this partnership for a long time. I mean, through the Southwest Conference of Mayors, one of the things that the board did, Southwest MWRD, is to create the CalSAD Watershed Conference not too long ago. And we meet on a monthly basis, sometimes not as much anymore, maybe every other month. But we have projects that are in the works. And I was sitting there one day in one of the meetings, and I saw a permeable paver parking lot that was in Blue Island. I said, hey, that makes sense. Something that we can put a permeable paver parking lot in the property that MWRD actually already owns. And it was just a winning situation that came up. And through with the Southwest Conference of Mayors and STP money, which is Surface Transportation Program money, we got 80% of that paid for. We were able to do this parking lot without any taxpayer money at all. It was all funded by grants, which is something fantastic that we like to see in our town. But but the main thing is it also creates drainage. We've been fortunate to work with MWRD and again another partnership for Arrowhead Lake at 135th and between 135th and 131st and Harlem to get about over 200 people out of the floodplain by expanding the lake. You guys were out here. Some of you were here like a number of years ago for that ribbon cutting. And then finally, last thing we did was the Cypress Avenue drainage problem we had over in Palos Pines, where we used a program that MWRD has where they acquire houses and tear them down to help the drainage in a different area. So a number of years ago we bought this house on Cypress. We tore it down, and we're finishing up finally, hopefully, this spring, the end of the project that will finish up the drainage and help the drainage work in that area in Palos Pines. And that was all because of cooperation between the City of Palos Heights and NWRD. And I look forward to continuing that relationship, and I want to thank the commissioners that are here. We've got also two of our aldermen, Jeff Key and Jack Clifford, and our Shannon Harvey, our city clerk, is here too. I'd like to recognize them for coming out. But it's efforts to work together, and I think that's what government's all about. And I think this is a great partnership, and I want to continue to develop it. So thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone. I think the time now is to get the big scissors out and cut a ribbon. I think the big scissors are here. So if we want to congregate over there.